Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be going over the 5 best lazy gold making tips that you can do right now. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Now coming in at number 1 at no surprise is your daily transmutes. Now daily transmutes are pretty damn handy, and just transmuting in general with your alchemist is insanely profitable, especially when it comes to certain different types of transmutes. Now the best ones of course are the bag of anchors from BFA. Now that one's where you get 5 of all of the BFA herbs excluding xanthid, and that will craft you a bag of anchors which will give you anywhere from 10 anchor weed all the way up to like 18 is the most I've ever procced with that. So that's going to cause pretty much a decent amount of gold every single day, and the more alchemists of course the more you're going to receive. Now that one is a daily cooldown, so just remember that, just to be on the safe side. Now along with this you can also do other different types of things with your daily transmutes, and that is your Pyrium bars. Now Pyrium bars is a daily cooldown which requires 3 elementium bars and also 1 volatile earth. Now the volatile earth and the elementium bars can be transmuted into 3 Pyrium bars which are used on the vial of the sands. Now this is a great way in order to actually craft the mount for cheaper, but also another way in which you can also make some steady gold, as Pyrium bars sell pretty damn fast and you're basically making them for next to nothing. So if you have a wide variety of alchemists, or even just one, a little bit more gold each and every day. Now there are a few that aren't on a cooldown, and the ones that are of note of that one is the titanium bar transmute. That one does not have a cooldown. Arcanite bars, that one does not have a cooldown neither, and those ones seem to be pretty damn profitable overall. Now obviously Arcanite bars sell pretty damn sharpish near on the end of an expansion. I've noticed this over the last few expansions that they sell pretty damn sharpish, and that is because everyone is in kind of like a status thing, like they're in stasis until the next X pack, so they're just making the characters look cool, so hence why they sell. They do sell all year round, but they sell more frequently, I've noticed. As for me, in my personal experience, that Arcanite bars sell a lot faster during the end of an expansion, so it's a good thing to highlight right now. Now titanium bars are used for the Mechanized Chopper, a wide variety of transmog items, and overall just sell in general pretty damn fast, and it only requires 8 saronite bars to craft into 1 titanium bar, so you can always do that. Now that being the case, let's move on to number 2. Now coming in at number 2 is utilizing your alt army. Okay, so alts. What are you actually doing with your alts? Now most of the time I actually am guilty of this myself, is just parking my alts and not actually touching them or even doing anything with them. Now I could actually follow this back on to the first one, which was daily transmutes. Why don't you just make all of them alchemists and do a daily transmute? At least you're using them to make a bit of gold. Now other things you can do is use them for your garrison, the tiller's farm, that they are all great ways of making gold. You could also use that for rare camping, so you could pop your ult next to the Tanam rares and kill them each day. Roughly takes about 5 minutes per character, because you obviously got to wait for respawns. But at the end of the day, really not that hard to do, and if you've got a wide variety of ults, you can gather up a lot of world things pretty damn sharpish if they're on a daily cooldown, of course. So like the Manafine pets in Nagrand and the Tanan jungle rares, you also can always park them in certain specific areas for different types of rares, such as like the Poseidus mounts, like all the spawn points, so you just log out, log out, log out, log in, log out, and just camp a load of rares. Now you could use this to camp like world bosses and all that stuff, and actually pull in a little bit of extra gold here and there, which all adds up in the long run. So that's always a great way in order to do things. So utilizing your ults and getting the most out of them is probably the best way for you to actually make a little bit extra gold other than that. And also don't forget to do your daily raids, no, your weekly raids with your characters. So other than that, guys, that being the case, let's move on to number 3, which is for number 3, which is your farming time management. Now, time management is a wide scope of things, but let me put it into a little simple perspective. Now, say you were going to go do a farm and it's going to take you an hour, the gold per hour for Dreamleaf in Val'sharah, let's say that. That takes you an hour to do, and you get a few herbs through that. Now, you're at rank 3, just take that as the example. Now, take this for instance, you could go do Darkheart Thicket and run in there and do that, which takes you about 30 minutes, and you get just a little bit more Dreamleaf than you would if you did an entire hour. Now that is time management, because you're choosing to utilize a better farm in order to spend less time where you could be doing another farm in order to maximize your gold. So you could spend 30 minutes doing the Dreamleaf in Darkheart Thicket and then just log into another character and do that. That is ult utilization as well. So time management, just making sure that you're utilizing your time as best as possible. So if you really want to be really lazy with your gold, time management is easy to do. Like, how much time am I willing to invest in actually going about making gold? Now, for obvious reasons, obviously the more time you put in, the more gold you will actually get. But other than that, things like crafted restocks, they don't take that much time to do and keep up to date with, but you can still have the potential of making a lot more gold with that. So something you may want to bear in mind overall. Now, coming in at number 4, we have world quests, caches and mission boards. Now, mission boards, you can get a few little things, but the main things is world quests and caches. Now world quests, of course, have a little one that pops up every now and then, which is 2,000 gold. Now, if you're utilizing your ults, you could always go and do that 2,000 thing, that 2,000 gold world quest, like compilation type thing. So where you go do 4 world quests and then you get 2,000 gold. You could do this on all of your ults and get a nice amount of raw gold just by looking that up and not spending all day farming up a load of stuff. So theoretically, if you had like 5 ults that could do it, you get about 10,000 gold, raw gold, where you don't actually have to go out and farm anything. You just have to do your world quests and you get some gold. Now that pops up every now and then. Now obviously you get 2 caches per week when it comes to your ends off invasions, and obviously I screwed up on the passive income one. Yes, it's only 2 caches per week, if you guys didn't know. I'm pretty certain a lot of you guys let me know about it, and I was like, uh-oh, I screwed up. But other than that, that is another great way of making a lot of gold for very little time invested. So other than that, that's pretty damn good overall, just utilizing your caches and world quests in order to spend less time actually less time farming, but still making a decent return on your gold for the amount of time you've invested. So that being the case, guys, let's move on to number 5. Now, coming in at number 5 and last on our list is people that are actually doing the same thing. So that is kind of mirroring, I believe is the concept of that. So you're mirroring other people, and the people that you would actually want to mirror. So I've picked 3 people who I believe are insanely great at just being able to automate things and just make it as effective as possible. And that it goes as follows: is the blog The Lazy Goldmaker. I've been using this guy for years. He's amazing, and I find all of his stuff absolutely awesome. Now, aside from that, the other person is Samadam Plays WoW. Of course, Samadam, I love Samadam's stuff because he goes so in depth with all of this stuff, and I'm like, oh, it's so cool. And also Billis and Nixia. And now this guy is great for like TSM stuff overall, and it blows my mind how he can figure out quite a lot of this stuff. I'm like, the dude is pretty damn smart. And I was like, yeah, I didn't realise. I only found him like about a couple of months ago, and damn, this guy is insane. He's pretty damn awesome when it comes to like anything TSM or flipping wise and all that jazz. So there are 3 people that I would recommend you guys check out. Now that being the case, guys, that is the 5 best lazy gold making tips right now. Have a lovely rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow.